Double KO.
Welcome to Doublekoradio. It is 2020, David.
Yo, we made it.
We're still live for now. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the end of the year, but because of that, here's a couple of things. First off, if you guys want to continue any part of the conversation, David and I will respond to everything that makes sense to respond to down in the comments down below. So please do that. And also, since it's our first podcast of the new year, David, I'm going to ask you this. What was your favorite fighting game last year?
My favorite fighting game? Did I even play fighting last year?
Dude, don't let all the Call of Duty you played at the end of the
That's
year
what I'm trying to think.
cloud your memory.
Dude, I only played 2 games, bro.
Which 2 games?
Call of Duty.
And?
Monster Hunter.
And you played a shitload of what is that thing? The Japanese Yakuza game?
Yakuza. I love Yakuza, yeah.
Yeah, but you played like several of them.
Yeah, dude.
Those
I
things-
think my favorite one was the most that I invested was Sam Show because we went to tournament singular and we invested a lot, I think.
And what the thing is too, like I'm gonna say Sam Show was my favorite too over this past year. But the thing is, what made me think of that is us playing it for the first time in like 2 months and having a lot of fun with it. Like, with all the silly stuff wasn't making us mad. It was making us laugh and enjoy ourselves.
Because I actually installed Soul Calibur again when the new season came out, and I was like, oh, it's cool. I like the new additions and stuff, but it didn't motivate me enough to just be like, yeah, let me play, So I went back and played more Sam Show.
I mean, it's got to be frustrating too, because you said there, like, people can just kick you out of any kind of casual lobby, right?
That's another topic, man. That's all the time.
But didn't you also play Street Fighter 5 towards the end of the year? Or was that the beginning of this year?
A beginning.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah, I know,
beginning.
because you literally just after 2 years of not playing, you literally start playing Lucia, right?
Yes, so good.
Me, I don't have
having fun
because we share our accounts. This thing is doing some weird stuff where I can't unlock the whole game.
But you have it.
Till Seth comes out. I don't have a character that I feel like playing till that happens.
But you have the game, but you cannot use them.
Yeah, I can't use poison, and I don't want to pay for poison, so I'll wait a little bit.
Poison.
Because I tried Nash again. I'm like, I just don't want to play him. And then I tried Blanca a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I still don't want to play him. I'll wait for poison. I'll wait for poison to touch it again, and then we could do a little review, I guess.
Absolutely.
Or impression of playing the game after season 1 and 2.
I've been playing different fighting games since this 2020 started. So
yeah,
that's fun.
That's so good. So next year, when I ask the question again, it'll be a little bit more difficult.
Then I'll be on Call of Duty and Monster Hunter.
So question number 2 for the new year: what is the fighting game that are you most excited about this year?
Damn. Well, Grand Blue for now. Because there's nothing else. Grand Blue, because Dragon Ball is gonna be everything is patches, right?
So for me, I think it's because I haven't seen anything of it. No gameplay, no pictures, no nothing. Just a trailer that says the name KOF 15. I think that I'm actually really interested in delving into when it comes out, depending on how it looks or looks, like the gameplay and all that looks. Because again, I haven't seen it yet, but that's lately I've been like, damn, I want to see the game. I want to see what's in there.
Yeah, true. But remember when you were younger and you would play a fighting game because it was cool, not because it looked cool?
Yeah, that's what KOF was for me. I played KOF for like 5 years, and every time it came out,
the sprites were the same.
Like right before the Dreamcast era.
Up
until like a couple years after the Dreamcast came out, and then I was like, all right, man. This shit needs a Neo Geo games. Come on, man, get a fucking upgrade on your graphics. And that was back then. That was one
it's still great. It was so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just for me, it was like, dude, can this thing update all these new games looking less ugly, and this thing's still looking the same? So yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. So, but what are we talking about today, though, David?
It's all about the money.
Money.
It's in that
song was that?
McMahon. All right. From Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon? I think so. But I don't know if they use it for anything else.
No,
because they like using
in the world
some things like over and over again. They're like rehashing something.
Oh, like Ted DiBiase, right? Money, money, money. Damn, I'm showing my age. You remember that wrestler?
I didn't appreciate Ted DiBiase till I was in the adult. As a kid, I was like, I hate that guy. And then when I'm an adult, I'm like, yeah, I was supposed to hate that guy. That guy did a great job.
Yep. But yeah, it's all about the money. It's all about the payouts. Talking about because
do you think Ted DiBiase would work in 2020?
He never worked a day in his life.
I'm talking about having Virgil as a manservant. So yeah, Evo Championship Series in Japan 2020. I think this is the third Evo over there in Japan. It's gonna be at, I think, Chiba, Japan or something like that. And
that's a dog, bro. Stop.
Yes, it's gonna be. Japan has a giant dog where they host
That's
tournaments
awesome.
and events inside of it.
Oh no.
So it's gonna be from January 24th to 26th, so right around the corner, right this weekend, I think. And so yeah. But what's the spicy stuff about it?
Is it the games? People are talking about the games? No. Is it the players? I think they only have like 2 American players there, bro. But it's all about the payouts. They listed the payouts for pools, and people are taking an interesting take on this. You know, they're very surprised. They're very shocked. How dare they do these type of things? Do you have the numbers, sir?
Well, I was actually in the middle of trying to look for numbers previously, and
this one.
And last year they did look like they made a little bit more money just off of the prize pools, a little bit more, like especially Street Fighter, right? This year it says like it's like $9,000 US, and last year I think it was like they had the Street Fighter had a pool of like 27K. Same thing with like Tekken had more too. Like Arslan Ash himself had 13K off of just winning.
Oh, I remember that. I think I remember that.
But the prize pool this year is just 9K also, just like. But yeah, prize pools is 9K for Street Fighter, 9K for Tekken, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, Samurai Showdown, Soul Calibur 6, all of them at $4,500. And Smash Bros is the interesting one. They had listed a Pro Controller, a special Pro Controller that has a gold Smash emblem on the front. And recently they updated it to it's to be announced what the prize is for Smash, I guess, because
correct, because of the cry out. No.
Yeah, because
of
the backlash, kind of.
I know if we don't have numbers, right? But this Evo Japan Evo is still the gigantic tournament, right? Like the Super Bowl of tournaments. So there's like 1 million players there, right? Just to say per game, right? Let's just say like there's thousands of players, right? Like Smash has a bunch of players, right? Like,
well, yeah, it's a very big tournament because Soul Calibur it has like the entrance itself. It definitely has Evo type of numbers or a major tournament numbers because Soul Calibur and Samurai Showdown and Blaze Blue Cross Tag all are in the 500s. Tekken also is in the 500s. I thought they'd be a little bit more. Oh no, it's not in the 500s. They're at 960. Last year they were in the 500s. So Tekken almost doubled. Street Fighter 5 is around 1,500. They got better numbers than last year as well. And but yeah, Smash, the one game that has the least amount of payout for as it stands right now for winning more than doubles all of those other games at almost 3,000 entrants.
Damn, I think this one is 3,500, right? Maybe, I think almost. For this Evo for Smash.
Smash is
3,500.
2,987 is the numbers I have.
Wow. So yeah,
that was from a post from a website like 2 days ago.
Dude, that's insane. So the payout is what, a controller, right?
For now, yes. Tentatively, it was just that Pro Controller. So it's like a $70 controller with a custom thing on it. That'll probably, if they had to do it themselves, it'll probably cost them like $115 to have that custom made.
So it's not a exclusive controller that from Nintendo or only can be obtained Nintendo or something that is branded, right? This is just a custom made controller for you.
Yeah, this is just any.
Like a trophy. It's a trophy.
It's a controller that anybody could buy, and anybody could go to. Let's say what I think their name is like Game Freak or something. I forgot the name, but or Chaos Controller or something like that. Like, you could just tell them, hey, can you make that Evo skin for me for my Pro Pad controller, and they could just make it for you. So it's not like it's like hard to replicate.
Gotcha. So it wouldn't feel unique. That's my point, right? It wouldn't feel
probably
unique.
not as unique as a custom made like a statue or trophy or something like that.
But this is the thing, though. So they're getting that, and they're not getting potential for now, right? There was no monetary value towards winning. There was nothing. There was no pay.
I don't think so, because I think the other games I think have like a entrance fee. I don't know if Smash has one. I think
they do. All the other games have entry fees.
I don't know if Smash has one because Nintendo's all weird about their stuff, and they know a lot of little kids would be entering their games because it is kid friendly. A lot of kids, they start off young in Smash. So I remember them saying something about like they didn't want to make anybody feel like they couldn't be included in the tournament or something like that.
It feels weird, and then it feels weird. Not weird, sorry. And this is a little bit more normalized because it's Japan, right? So Japan always had some controversy with payout, especially if you're not a esport player like sponsor or something like that. Remember?
Yeah, they had that Jesu, that Japan esports something, JESU Jesu. They have like a whole like they have that organization like just makes up the rules on how all that stuff works for Japan, and I think it's gotten a little bit better as the years have gone on. But all this stuff is really hard to implement in Japan. Yeah. When it comes to esports, because it has like
licenses,
weird gambling laws and stuff like that. So
yeah, and we're not one to say, well, they need to change it, right? It's not our country. But then again, it is the biggest tournament, right? So it prompts to cause some chaos in terms of like people feeling discouraged about this. So a lot of things in the media, how they're taking this, from what I have read, was that Evo is Japan. Extreme. I'm gonna go from the extreme to the left. Evo Japan is dead.
The extreme to what?
The extreme to the less extreme, right now. Okay. I'm gonna go from the more extreme to the less extreme. Evo Japan is dead, right? I'm glad that Evo Japan has a bad payout because it's a horrible tournament run with horrible people, by horrible people. I
have heard stories that last year didn't run smoothly, or one of the years definitely didn't run smoothly for Evo Japan. But that's probably why somebody would say that. I don't know. I don't remember the specifics at the moment, but yeah, that's probably why.
People saying that this is just a fake prestige tournament, that is carried by a name and by the execution of it, and just so and so and so, And then there's other ones that say that in terms of the Smash, it was like a game that is not supported by the developer. It's going to be a little bit harder to have a bigger payout, right? Than a game that is supported by like a tour, like Capcom Pro Tour or so and so, right?
Yeah.
And that makes some sense if you think about it, it makes some sense. It's just Smash is so popular that I think the weight is more on those players because there's so many entries, right? If this was a shitty, then people would be like, oh, whatever. They just give you a matter,
Yeah, like if it was like, hey, and we threw in that Sailor Moon game for fun.
Yep. Well,
here it is for fun. Anybody can enter for free for fun, since it's like not a very popular game.
Yep. But look at just an example, and we're not gonna dive in too much into it. But recently, right, they did announce a league for the Power Rangers game, right?
And Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, or
the Grid. Yeah, okay. Battle for the Grid, and it 15K right already right off the bat, just to start off, and a developer supporting their game can help, in terms of the payout. But then again, I don't think this is surprising. To me, it's not surprising. Like, if I can read here, one of our. So Alex Valle put his 2 cents right about the situation, and he mentioned in a tournament, he was like, Japan for years has limited amount of pricing. A3 World Championship qualifiers had 10K players. throughout various arcades and game centers across Japan. The winner, Daigo, won a trip to the US to win a jacket and a Ryu statue after beating me in finals. He won an arcade 3 cabinet machine. That was the payout. No money, just that. Which is kind of bizarre, right?
It is, but it is cool stuff. You want like a whole trip, that's couple $100. An arcade cabinet, that's like a couple $1,000.
But that wasn't for him. The arcade cabinet was for the second player.
Oh, okay. Either way, like it was like this was before the, you know, because he said A3, right? That's Alpha 3. Street Fighter Alpha 3, and this has to be before the times of right now where we got $250,000 prize pools for fighting games.
Yeah,
you know. So I get his point, but that doesn't mean, with how progressive of a mind he is, I don't think it really suits like what people expect nowadays.
But that is the thing. I think he was trying to say that that we have it better than what was before.
Yeah.
You know?
Like we already have it. Oh, okay, yeah. So he's saying like we already have it good.
Yes.
So stop fucking bitching.
Yeah, like he's saying in another one that he won a keychain as a prize for a tournament that he won.
Didn't like, I forgot what tournament it was, but didn't some tournament in Japan give out like a fucking bag of rice?
Oh, yo, I will take that shit. Yo, sign me up.
Hey, I know. You love fucking rice. Babe, what, hold on. Let me ask Vanessa a question real quick. What show, it's like I think a British baking show, you like they go on a competition, they bake shit, and it's really stressful, but all they get is like what? It's one of those like they don't get much of anything. They get a cake stand. Yeah. And no money, right? Yeah, so even in that, even like in food competitions where a bunch of the food competition places they offer money. Yeah, normally, yeah. Or they get you a restaurant or something. But there's still like stuff like that, like that show that I just mentioned. All they get is a cake stand. That's probably like, you know, what's the max? $50, I don't know. Depending on how fancy it is, and then they get featured in some magazines. And magazines are really popular, right? I guess. Not really. Digital. But yeah, so all that hard work, basically, you're saying, and then you get crumbs, right? Yeah. But I guess it goes in your resume. So not sure if I send you, I think I put it in. Chris G had a video showing all his medals, all his trophies, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a variety between medals. He got like katanas, and this is all they came with money though, you know? So all these cool things that he's getting plus money, right? And they're really cool ones, right? He got katanas, he got this arcade stick sign specifically with someone, which is, it gives value, right? Which is something that you cannot get anywhere, right? Unless the person sign it for you, like whatever, let's say Ono or some shit like that. And but all that came with money. So I'm saying maybe that's the mentality, right? That a prize, you get a medal and you get money. That's it. You know, there's nothing else that it will make, at least for the American people, I guess, feel that you want something unless you get money. Yeah. That's why I just thought of something, bro. What if I'm thinking, like, I'm putting my tinfoil hat. You ready for this? Let me put mine. Theory. Wait, let me put mine. All right, I'm good. I'm safe now. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the call. So, check this out, right? Smash, right? No money, right? Japan isn't the strongest country when it comes to Smash Brothers. What if they're trying to deter the stronger foreign countries from coming to a tournament like Evo Japan, so they have a higher chance of winning? True, but what about their morals? What about their sense of code of Bushido? Yeah, amongst their own people. Yeah, as long as it's a Japanese person wins. That's very interesting. That's some Yakuza shit right there. Yeah, that's very interesting, bro. You know, like they're saying, look, you can come to our tournament. You just ain't. You're not gonna win anything. You know that, right? Oh, you got one of these pro controllers already? Damn, son. Well, you know, you got another one. Have your little brother play with you and stuff. And they come through. Drop it on the floor. They drop it on the floor too, like. Yeah, come through. Hotels are full, but come through. Yeah. Oh shit. That's very curious, right? Because I'm just talking shit, but you know, it has to be, you know.
I think they're gonna change it. You already mentioned they're gonna change it. Disregarding if they change, I don't think it's gonna be pleasing because there's no way to please no one ever in the internet. So, I just hope that there's a good showing, right? I feel like if the tournament runs better,
There's over 3,000 Smash players, and they don't even offer you the meaning of life.
He comes with a blade so you can have a kitty. No, anyway. The payout is the payout. You think like that, like how the percentage they're doing. You think it's gonna impact that in Evo America? You think they're gonna do something like that over here because of that? It's gonna affect here how we bump it up. Okay.
No, it's gonna whatever. This is. I think whatever's been happening with Evo over here is gonna keep happening with Evo over here, with how much money gets distributed and like sponsorship kind of money, like those extra bonus pots or whatever. But it's just that over there, it's just they gotta. It's like they're so old school about weird shit over there in Japan, you know. So, you know, especially with how they are with their businesses and and you being loyal to whatever trade that you're in.
Yeah, I'm just laughing because.
No, but it's true. Like if you don't put in, if
you don't plant a seed over there, you cannot take something from there. Yeah, basically. Like if you don't contribute, And
out of all the things we've heard about how Capcom is run and how old school those dudes are still, you know, like I just think they really gotta. How do I put this? You know how Blizzard got a lot of flame.
Yeah,
they got a lot of flame for trying to appease China with that whole Hong Kong thing going on over there.
Disaster.
And that's because they make a lot of money off of those people. I think Japan's got to think about it the same way. They got to start going a little harder on pleasing all these other countries that's making them money. You know, they're selling us all their games and their consoles and all this other stuff. And they gotta take our market into account too. That, you know, we make the money, and when in this aspect, when it comes to fighting games, this is how how the rest of the world views fighting games, and even their own people, the people that are in the FGC in their own country, they view it differently than that whole country does.
Absolutely, dude. Because a good example, just to piggyback on that, Dotas or Fortnite and stuff like that. Even though it's different, I get it. But just the prize pool alone makes people that are not even in the fighting game business or anything just talk about it or look over there. Like, yo, there's a lot of fucking money going over there. Like, what is going on there? Think about how Red Bull started doing those things, right? And all these other sponsors were like, hey, this seems like profitable. And it gets people that are not even invested in this just to put their hands or eyes in there. But if I'm talking to someone right now, bro, let's say in the train, and there's a businessman for some reason I'm taking the train with me, and I'm talking about prize pool tournaments, and I'm going to Japan for a tournament. He's like, oh yeah, how much you gonna win? It's like a controller. You know, he's gonna look at me.
And especially like, imagine you're his son. You know, it's like, oh, what's the payout looking like this time, son? Just probably a controller, maybe. They're not sure yet. And then he's looking at like, dude, you're paying like X amount of money for the plane. You're paying X amount of money for hotel. Then you got to feed yourself. Then you need that just in case money in case shit pops off. What are you doing, son? What are you doing?
Like, that's a GameStop.
It's about the heart of the battle, Dad.
I think that's like a GameStop price, right? That if you go to GameStop and you win their GameStop tournament and you get a controller. That sounds okay.
Yeah,
like a local tournament.
Yeah, that's local. It's a
local
small tournament. Yeah, it's like one of those things where like they didn't have to do this, but they wanted people in their store.
Yeah,
this is a fun little outing.
Yeah, but yeah, traveling internationally or not, it's still a lot of people that you gotta play, right? Because then the businessman will tell me, oh, so you winning this, right? It's for certain. How many people are gonna play? No, like almost 3 times.
But let's say he doesn't know how much that really is, and he's like, well, like, is that like pretty like normal? No, it's one of like the biggest ones. Probably
No,
like top
the
10
Super
biggest
Bowl?
in the year, like the amount wise for Smash. Yeah, yeah.
You're like, the Super Bowl? Yeah, so that.
It's like the small Super Bowl of that. Oh, okay. And you said you get a controller. Maybe Dad. Maybe a controller.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of us with the price. Yeah, that is the perception that I'm seeing it, right? Like, fuck it. Look, if I win a controller, I'll be happy, right? But then again, I don't think it matches towards the spending, how you mentioned. We're not rich. FGC has already shown that it's very poor. And that's not an understatement. That's 100%. Like, it's very poor. They're basically scraping for money every here and there.
Yeah, it's hard to make money off us.
Absolutely. Yeah, because they still don't see it. They don't respect it as an overall thing, right? And thanks to the sponsor that they have put their hands, like Red Bull and stuff like that boosted that payouts drastically, and it makes it more serious, the take on them. But something like that just takes us back, bro, like 5 steps back. The next evil price pool gotta be Fortnite prices.
I mean,
like 3 million.
I mean, with how this with how it's been ever since we knew about the fighting game community and I guess kind of accepted it. We're not like in it. I guess we're in it because we know of it. But I don't think you're really in it if you're not invested into going and out to support your local and your major tournaments and all that stuff. You're not like as in it as they are. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no,
But while being in it, there's always something. No matter how many steps we take forward, somebody's taking a step back somewhere. Like even like last year's Capcom Cup has been out for a couple years now. Why is there no stream for the fucking qualifying tournament set up? Like it's like one of those. That's a big step back right there. Who the fuck missed that? That was a big miscue. Like
when
stuff like that happens every year. Yeah.
When before they were on TV, like that's not consistent at all. Yeah, so maybe it has to do with, once again, maybe there's not enough money. Right? Maybe that's not. They did some ideas. Maybe we stream this on TV, we get more money, they buy more games. I don't know, some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
And it didn't pay out, and now they can even stream the games for us. Picture this, right? Envision yourself in the future, where Street Fighter 6 is already announced, right?
I'm already in the future. Oh crap! I'm in the future again. Damn! I'm in the past. I'm in the present.
Damn! No, you always in the future. So more ahead. Just go a little bit ahead. Where Street Fighter 6 is already announced, and the bigger factor of this game is that the first tournament has Fortnite money tournament, and I'm talking about $1 million, $2 million prize pool. You know how many people, disregarding if they know how to play this game or not, will be more willing to buy this game just to play it and get a chance?
Yeah, at least people that are one of those people that are just gifted, that feel like they're gifted in gaming in general. Like let's say like there's a guy that's almost like a Leffen, right? He can go to any kind of fighting game and grind out the way it works and all that stuff and do well in it. Like there's other people like that too in FPS and in other kind of genres that just are gifted in gaming in general, and they can take that mind they have and implement it into fighting games. So I think it's very possible.
So correct. So and then the long running after that's what I'm saying. The long running after that will be like people will still talk about that, and that will be how the game has the traction of, there's a lot of payout in this game. There's a lot of payout in this game, and that's why people still talk about Fortnite like that. But that tournament, maybe they won't make a tournament like that ever again. But that the
other day I came across damn, yo, Legend is fucking my room up. The lights are going on and off. Siri just went crazy. Yo, I told him I was recording too, so he wouldn't bust in the door. He's fucking it up another way.
Oh my god! Yo, that was perfect on cue too.
I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah, the other day I just came across somebody that mentioned to their a parent to their kid about that Fortnite tournament of some little kid that won a bunch of money. That's how they say it. It was like really general. Like they pretty much got the gist of the big news, right? It was big news.
Yeah, and it will always be known for that. You know, fuck that shit. Fuck me up.
Yo, watch me upload this shit and I get like demonetized on YouTube
for
like
that
2 seconds of whatever song that was.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like if they envision, right? That's why I said envision that Street Fighter 6, and that is how they start. They don't need to make it again the same way. The payout doesn't have to be the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I think just already having a premises of keeping that perception, the weak-minded and people that they don't know about it, and it's the game you make a lot of money, right? No, it's not, but sure. You know. So I just think, and relating this back to the payout of Evo, I just think that it can discourage potentially next time for Smash players to play there, you know? Oh nah, that's gonna be so you're gonna go there so you can get another controller, you know? Maybe it's not that, but it's already been a little bit stained, right? So let's see how they come out.
I mean, well, with Smash themselves, they have so many tournaments that are big
all
tournaments that they actually get a little bit more money for. That doesn't need to be Evo. But like, my closing thoughts. I would say that Evo. I think this is a bigger story because Evo is a big name. It is the Super Bowl of fighting game tournaments, like the American one, right? And this thing has its brand on it. And if it has its brand on it, it needs to have money behind it too, because money builds that prestige.
Yeah.
Because of the stakes, you know, it's a high risk, high stakes kind of tournament, and that's what gets people invested in things like that because of how much stress those players get out of those, like can persevere through those situations with knowing how much more is on the line than usual. Yeah, that's all I got.
No, I agree, dude. 100%. That's why I wanted to talk about it because so what would be the solution if you had to think of one? Just to just
continued work with Jesu and continued work on making Japan aware of how the rest of the world is progressing with just payouts for their players and the quality of their tournaments in general, as opposed to what's going on down there now.
Yeah, that'd be rough, but that would be great. That would be rough. If not, tell them to come over here, get pay over here. Smash from Japan, they come over here and they get pay out. You know.
I mean, they have been. They have been. So
that's true.
They're not gonna stop visiting. They're not gonna stop trying to take our money, right? Their own country's not giving it to them. Right?
God damn. Yeah, it's true though. It's true. I just hope that this turns out better. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on this to see what happens. Keep you updated.
Biggest breakthrough I say that would happen is if Nintendo themselves goes, here's it's like
nope.
Sorry, I almost shitted on Evo Japan because the prize pool, the highest prize pool for Evo Japan's like 9K, right?
Yeah,
like I mentioned earlier. This year there's a dead game that has a 10K prize pool for a specific tournament. That's UMVC 3. How does a random UMVC 3 tournament have more money, more of a prize pool than an Evo tournament?
A game that has licensing issues, a game that has no support from development, nothing, nada, zero, garbage. That's insane. That's insane.
The craziest, most miraculous thing would be if Nintendo goes, boom, here's a bunch of money for this game this time.
Dude, they're not. You know why they're not? And this is how I'm going to close this statement. They're not because Nintendo just won a lawsuit against, a client because the client pre-ordered a game on the Nintendo shop digitally and the game hasn't come out and he wanted to cancel it. And Nintendo was like, okay, so we keep the money.
Oh, shit.
And they won.
All right,
by the law, by judge, so they're not giving money, bro.
So second best scenario is that money that Nintendo won off of that they use as the prize pool for Smash over there in Japan.
Oh my god! And then I guess tax it.
Yeah, I mean, like if Nintendo goes, all right, so what's the problem? Oh, okay. So what's the? Oh, and we have the most entrants. Oh shit, by double. Oh, okay. How much is their prize pool? 9. I make it 15K. Fuck it. Like, something like that would be crazy.
Damn, you imagine? Yo, that would have been. People would stay shut, bro.
Thank you, Sakurai. Please let me suck your dick some more. I
I
didn't do anything.
It would stay shut for 2
You were all just mad at me for putting another Fire Emblem character in there.
That's so true. Oh man, that's another talk. We're gonna talk about that.
Thanks for listening, guys. This year is gonna be awesome. Hopefully, right?
It's already awesome.
Let's jinx the year already. This year is gonna be awesome. Thanks for listening. Again, write us down below in the comments any kind of corrections on any info, any kind of information that we should know to further educate ourselves about how it works down there in Japan, because we definitely don't know all the specifics. All right, guys, have a good night.
Take care, guys.